Everybody, this is Calvin Waite. I trade crypto for a living. I'm not a registered or licensed financial advisor, planner, or broker, so nothing on this channel should be taken as a recommendation to buy or sell. I also trade all of these things, so I probably have a vested interest in there. But there's plenty of entertainment value and lots of education, so this will be awesome. For those of you who didn't know, my subscription channel is live. So look at the link in the description over at cryptoinfluencers.com and you can see how I make all of my trades and what I do and what I think about everything. This channel is for more hypothetical and looking at trends, and the other one is for actual trading, so you might be interested in that. Okay, happy Monday, everybody. We're early and rocking and rolling today, so this is awesome. Yeah, just so you know, what I did is I took all of the entry people from yesterday, from Sunday, and also from Saturday, because Saturday. So Saturday from morning to night it has to compile, and then I would have normally done the giveaway on Sunday, because I don't do anything on Sunday. What I did is I just took Saturday and Sunday combined and just picked two random from both of them. So congratulations to Barbarian Calderon and Abdul Ghani. You guys are the winners of this drawing. In the future, I'm going to be very careful to make sure that you're actually subscribed to the channel, and I might actually do it slightly different coming up. But yeah, so we have 186 people subscribed to the chat, and we have a grand total of 166 subscribed to the channel, so this is not quite working the way I wanted it to. I need you to actually subscribe to my free channel. That was kind of the purpose of it. The chat is kind of a bonus that we can talk and everything. So don't be afraid to get in here and talk and say hi in the general chat and tell us what you're thinking about the market and things that are moving and all that good stuff. So, but anyway, we'll keep doing the giveaway. I like giving away 25 bucks a day, so we'll do it. So those two winners, I think it's still pending because gas fees are high, and I put a little bit lower gas fee, so it might take a minute to get to you, but you'll get it. Okay, so that's pretty much that. And then just make sure you come on Wednesday, because Wednesdays we do live streams, and there's always something wild happening in the markets. So it's a lot of fun to get all emotional and freak out about what's happening during the day. So that's always good. All right, we're going to start talking about Ethereum today. Ethereum is very interesting. I'm just amazed at this range. So we have had a very, very defined resistance point here and a very defined support zone here. And now we are resisting on it like it's a religion. Like we are resisting in this area, and we have done it for 11 days, and it's a 1.5% range. It's just nuts. I know we have wicks popping up and down, but to have 11 candle bodies show up inside of a 1.5% range is crazy. It's absolutely insane. So for us to be doing this for so long, this is my opinion on the market. So you all know that I've been bearish for a long time because, we had kind of a blow off top. We broke our level where we should have supported. We broke down, and then we kind of popped up, and it was all kind of a fake out, and we're pulling back. Well, bears only get so much time to do their thing. There's a time limit on every swing. Bulls have a certain amount of time that they have. It can be a long time or it can be a short time, but they have to take advantage of it while they've got it. And if one side ever gets lazy, then it'll naturally become the other group's turn. So if bulls were really aggressive, they kind of took a break here, but they're still aggressive. They're going. They give a little bit back for the bears, but they're aggressive and they're off to the races. Now it's bears' turn. Bears go really strong. Bulls try a bit. Bears fight back. Bulls go. Bears go. Bulls' turn. Nothing. Bears' turn. Nothing. And so what happens is when things go completely sideways, it's where the bears had a lot of strength. The bulls completely got shut down. And so normally this should be a bearish move. But if the bears don't get it done, this is the time. This is the time that they have to do it. And they tried. There were a couple of longer wicks here that they had a chance, but they just blew it. They didn't have the strength that the market thought they did. And if you go out too long, it actually shows a lot more weakness in the bears. So even though the bears have had a complete move, the fact that bulls couldn't do anything is super bearish. But then if it still doesn't do anything for too long, there's a time limit. And this is starting to look more bullish to me. I'm becoming much more bullish for a couple of reasons. First of all, when you break an important line like this, usually it's time to blow up. If we had dropped to here, this would have been very, you could tell that the bears were in control. We could have come up and rejected here. We could have had another drop off. But what happened is we lost this level and there was no fear. And I'm always looking for the emotions in a market. If you drop below a level where there should be fear, there should be a continuation, and there is none, then something's wrong. Something smells. Something's off. And to be honest, for this to be a bear move, we needed to drop further. And this range is pretty wide. And for us to barely dip our toes into this range, and then it just cooled off super fast. And now we've got the 100 coming up about, below us. We have all the fundamentals that we've been talking about for a long time. Like just the fundamentals on Ethereum are getting so good. We do this for much longer, and we're going to have a breakout to the upside. And because of all this pent-up excitement, all this pent-up emotion, no one knows which way we're going. When it does break, it's going to break hard. And so there may not be a lot of time to make a decision. So I am getting very, very bullish on this. We'll go to, and in fact, let's go straight to the weekly close. So here's our weekly close. We've had a pretty strong bear impulse, a lot of indecision, a continuation of bears, and then another candle. This isn't as much as an indecision candle as it is a reversal. This is a reversal doji. It's very, very tight. The wicks are very tight. The candle body almost open and closed at the same place. When you find one of these at the bottom of a move, you know that there's a momentum shift happening, or at least it can signal a reversal. So everything's adding up. Everything's adding up here. We already discussed that the wick here has crossed the wick here, so we did get a touch. We did cross from resistance here to support here, and now we're finding a reversal candle. I think it's time for Ethereum to start moving. I'm actually thinking that it is time. So, I'm actually bullish on Ethereum today. I think we're finally ready to start creeping up. Whether it'll happen this week or next week or whatever, I'm not entirely sure how quickly it'll happen, but I think that the structure is in place for this thing to move. So that's good. Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's weekly close is not a doji. We had a little bit longer wick on the top, so it's slightly bearish. Also, a small red candle is bearish. So this thing is moving down, and we do have bears in control still. But what gets me is that we have a smaller red candle here to start us, and then we have an acceleration. If you have an acceleration, the next move should be a bigger acceleration. Like that's how this normally works. And instead, we got a complete stop in our tracks. So we started to accelerate, and now we've put on the brakes. And the place where we're putting on the brakes is right at this 200. When things should break, they need to if they're going to, because if they don't, it's a sign that the break isn't going to happen. So now let's go to the daily. This whole move is very, very bearish, and you can see that we're definitely doing this But here's the problem. This was the bottom of our range. This close here was at 26,907. We finally got a close below it here at 26,795. Reversal candle here, 26,775. And because of that, we had a little bit of a move to the upside, and it was very weak. So bears are absolutely control. Bulls really couldn't respond very well. Now it's the bears' turn. You know what should have happened? This candle here on the 18th should have been followed up with a large red candle, and we didn't get one. So at the end of day, I said this is an ugly close. We're closing in the vicinity of our swing low here. Things look ugly, and the next day we should have had a very red candle. It should have brought us right down into here, but instead we got sideways. And now this response from the bears, or from the bulls, shows that when everything was right, I mean, everything's lined up, everything's ready to rock and roll, they're all teed up, and they just woof it. That's exactly what happened. So bears were looking really strong and in control when the bulls couldn't budge. And so the bears get a nice strong start, and then they just fall on their face. And then bulls are pushing things back, and then we get another weak move by the bears. We're ranging sideways, and we shouldn't be ranging sideways in the middle when we've crossed a barrier. So here's our support. Most of this, like a third of this price action, is happening below the line. You break something like this and it should fall apart, and it's not falling apart. So there's more strength here than there is weakness. So I am officially, as of today, bullish on Bitcoin because the bears are just not getting it done. And then here's the sensitivity analysis to say how bad can things get if I'm wrong. So what's the worst case scenario? Well, worst case scenario, let's say from here we continue to drop, and I just totally missed it. We ended up dropping down, and we've ended up flipping support on our breakout here. So this is about a 9% drop. But it could be way less. I mean, look at this. So if I take it from here, and I can zoom in a little bit more so we can get right into it. How far away from our 200-week moving average are we? 1.83%. It's not very far. It's not very far till we find our first most major support. This is absolutely, so far it's strong support, and I don't expect it to break. So when you've got 1.83% on one side, that's a hard sell. That's a hard sell that we're gonna really blow up, or we're gonna make a mistake by going long at this point. And then next one is the monthly. 50-month moving average is at 6.46% below us. Okay, so that could be a drop, you know, but 6.46, that's still a pretty small number. That would have brought us down to 25,000. Our wicks here, we're only 5.7% away. And then our body here we just established was around 9.3. Absolute worst case scenario, we have our 50, 17.9. So that would be potentially a wick or something from here. We wouldn't probably drop there and just slice through that and continue on. So there is a lot of support below us, lots of support. And I think proof of that is how slowly and carefully and cautiously we've gone down. The bears tried to have a run, and they've definitely bled off for 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Things have been, you know, pretty painful, but this is not a very intense bear move, and they've had plenty of time to do it, and they're just not getting it done. So there is a time limit on Bitcoin as well. Now, let's pretend that Bitcoin, you know, everyone realizes it. All right, okay, bears are out of gas. Let's see what the bulls have to say. And we get 1 or 2 green weeks. So we start actually turning this around, and people can visibly in the charts see that things are moving, and people hop on the bandwagon. Well, our 1.8% move and our 5% move and our 6% move We will be at 5% at 28.1. That does not feel very far away. And we will be at 6% or 6.5% at 28.4. That's pretty easy to do. And if we finally get to our candle body highs, we're at 13%. In this situation, our midpoint was around 27.4, 27.5. Like that was kind of our flipping point between, you know, we have as much to gain by shorting as we do going long and getting back to where we were. So between all of these things, the risk reward ratio is in favor of the bulls. So I am interested in looking at a long position here. Do we manage to capture a move off of the 200? I don't know if we end up getting there. We've touched the 100 a couple of times. Normally, if you touch the same line too many times, it'll weaken. But what seems to be happening here is it just feels like we have a falling wedge happening, and falling wedges are bullish. The falling wedge means that the bears have been in control for a leg, and it's consolidating. It's getting tighter at the bottom of the falling wedges will get pointy at the end, and then they'll reverse. And so I think that's exactly what we're witnessing right here. So, I mean, I could be totally wrong. I mean, but I just feel like in the shape of this, this should have been our continuation. We should have blown up here. And if we needed to stop and take a break, we got it right here. And we should have really, really fallen fast here. But the market is not allowing it to drop. And it's not allowing it to drop right above some very critical numbers. The 100-day moving average, the 200-week moving average, the 50-month moving average, they're all right here. And if we're staying above that and consolidating higher than that, it's not going to be much before we get a tipping point above here, and things will start turning around. By now, a close above 27.1 is starting to look like a breakout, because we've had these small little swing highs that have gotten lower and lower and lower, and now look at 27.1. All we have to do is reverse a couple $100, and this is starting to really look like a U, rather than a jagged move to the downside. So this just might be our week. This could be the week of the great reversal. You never know what the market has in store, but things are heating up. Our S&P is breaking out. Like we are now trading higher than we've traded in a year. So things are changing, and if we get above, like on the SPY, so just add a 0 for the S&P, but 430. We get up into that range, which is only $10 away from here. There's a lot of signals to the market that we have, that there's some strength and that we're moving up. So that's kind of my opinion on this market. We are changing things. And hypothetically, let's just say Bitcoin does start a noticeable move to the upside. After our consolidation, and we have our averages are starting to get into our vicinity here. What do you think will happen to Ethereum and the alts? They're getting very, very excited. The Ethereum, with the fundamentals and the chart structure of Ethereum, everything's kind of waiting for the green light. So I kind of feel like if Bitcoin sneezes to the upside, the rest of the market's going to follow. Look at the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. I mean, you only exit the red zone so many times before it's a real one. I mean, this one was a fake out. This was a fake out. But this one's feeling pretty real. We've been trading in the white zone after a red for at least 2 weeks, isn't it? Yeah, 15, 16, 17 days. We're a couple of weeks out of here. So this red zone is just about toast. Red zones will end when we start trading above the 50, but it won't go back to a red unless price action is below the 50, the 50 sloping down, the 100 sloping down, and the 200's on top. So we have completely changed the shape of this chart. Like, this red zone is toast. The 50 is about to cross the 100. When that happens, if we lose the 50, all of a sudden we're in a yellow zone, not a red zone. So this is a different thing. And look at this ascending triangle that we've been working on. It is just heating up. We have a flat resistance point, and we've been butting up against it so many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times the charm. Today it looks like a breakout. So if Bitcoin gives us a little green, I can see Ethereum jumping, and it's going to be awesome. So that is my opinion. I think the bears are done. I think that leg is washed out. We've done bear moves for a solid 5-6 weeks, and I think that's all the strength the bears have. I don't think they have any surprises up their sleeve. I don't think they have enough strength to just suddenly drop us, $2,000-$3,000. I just don't think they do. The next big move is probably going to be the upside. And so I'm personally going to try to be prepared for that. Okay, hopefully that helps. Yeah, it's about time. We all want Bitcoin and Ethereum to do well, and the fundamentals are amazing. I'm still amazed that Ethereum now has 1.5 million more staked ETH than was withdrawn. So our net staking balance has improved by 1.5 million Ethereum. That is a lot of money. And so anything that's withdrawing or pending withdrawal is essentially washed through the system. Like, there's no sell pressure coming from people trying to pull their money out. So all that's happening is more and more money is getting tied up in Ethereum and staked. And so there are more buyers and more people not selling. And it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So only 15% of the supply. And how would you like to make 9% more Ethereum every year? I mean, there's a reason people are staking. That is free money. And especially when the burn is still going. Like, we are burning. It's just slower. We're starting to level off a little bit more. But the total supply of Ethereum is dropping, and you're getting 8% more. So it's like you get a bonus. If it's a deflationary asset that's becoming more rare over time, but you're getting more of it every year, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. That's why this number will skyrocket, and that means a lot more will be tied up in this. So yeah, I'd rather be on the long side of Ethereum. I've been waiting for the time. I've been waiting for the right time to get into Ethereum, but I knew that we needed to flush out some bears. Bears needed to have their day in the sun. Well, man, we're now building strength on the bottom of this. It's subtle, but you can see how our floor is here, and now we have a higher floor. Now we got a higher floor, and we still have that same resistance level in play. It's gonna build, and it's gonna build up to the point where we hit a boiling point, and boom, we're gonna be out of here. So I want to be buckled up and sitting in my chair ready for this thing to fly, because I think there's a lot of profits to be made here. All right, you guys, it's good. Had a nice run here, nice little session. We will catch you tomorrow, and make sure you get ready for Tuesday. Make sure you subscribe at the free channel, though, because I'm going to start going through and I'll be skipping over people that haven't subscribed, so that I can, I want to support the people that are supporting me. So, all right, you guys, we'll let you go there. See you later. Thanks for making it to the end of my video. Make sure you keep those trades small. Don't force a trade. Don't get impatient. And if you want to see how all this works, please come over and check me out on the subscription channel at cryptoinfluencers.com. Again, the link is in the description.